What up, YouTube? It's Blake Biddick back with another video, and this one really interested me. That's caused by video games. I can't wrap my mind around this, how a video game can fucking kill you, but I don't know what's gonna happen.
Aliens and shooting up the city streets is harmless fun, but for some, these virtual deaths have now become all too real life.
Took off these fucking, like, it gets to a point where the parents gotta just say stop. Like, my parents kind of did that, and I just, like, I don't even really think it was my parents. I can't play video games for a long time. Like, if it's like Farming Simulator or something, it's really fun, constantly. There's constantly something to do. But when it comes to, like, Call of Duty and shit, it's fucking just boring. You just sit there and kill people. There's no nothing. There's no achievement. There's achievements. There's not a plot twist. Like Farming Simulator, you can find different fields. You get different tractors. You can log. You can build stuff. You can mine. You can do a bunch of other shit. Call of Duty, you just go around shooting people. It's like, this is fucking boring. Like, this is fucking stupid. I can't do this. Like, I don't know, or like football games. I like football games though. Don't get me wrong. I love football games. I will play football all day long. So let's watch how kind of stupid these are.
On the 16th of June 2008, police were called to a house in Brisbane, Australia. Once they entered, they made their way to the bedroom where they found the bodies of twins, a boy and a girl, in their cots. They weighed just under 5 kilograms each and had starved to death. This desperately sad story is one of escapism from the real world by their mother into the virtual world of Second Life. In the real world, their mother was overweight.
I've actually heard of stuff like this where people just get so fucking just caught up in this stuff. So,
with 6 children, mental
up.
health issues, a failing marriage, and their absentee father was a gambling alcoholic. But in the virtual world, her avatar was beautiful, slim and child-free, and she could do anything she wanted. She was engrossed in the virtual world for many hours each day, while she ignored her home and the cries of her twins as they slowly starved to death in the room down the hall. It was only when the 11-year-old sister of the twins found the bodies that the police were called. When questioned about what happened, she told the police, "I don't think I fed them enough. I wanted to help, but I just couldn't do it." She pled guilty to 2 charges of manslaughter and was sentenced to 8 years in jail. The father was also sentenced to 8 years in jail.
Good. They both deserve to fucking be in jail. Just fucking murder their goddamn kids. Okay, I gotta watch the video.
In April 2010, 14-year-old Russian boy Yaroslav Melenchenko
fucking Russians
smashed
are
his
crazy.
father's skull with a sledgehammer as he
shit.
slept because his mother took away the computer key.
Oh, fucking A. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is when it needs to stop. This is just like, oh, my parents took my games away and said go outside. Guess what I did? I went outside. Like, it's, oh, this is why society's fucked.
Keyboard to stop him playing games overnight. He initially planned to kill his mother, but when he thought his father might wake up, he killed him instead. In the middle of the night, as his parents slept, he sneaked into their bedroom and covered his father's head with a plastic bag, then hit him over the head 6 times with a sledgehammer. The bag was placed on his head to stop the blood from splattering on him, he told the police later. He then demanded the keyboard from his terrified mother, took her mobile phone and locked the bedroom door, only to return to his room to carry on playing a fantasy role-playing game. Relatives described the boy as reclusive with few friends and addicted to computer games. They said his parents doted on him and rarely disciplined him. He was their heir to the family hotel business on the Black Sea. During the investigation, the boy showed no remorse for the crime, and in a cruel twist he said now that he is the head of the family. Due to his age, he faces up to only 10 years in prison for this horrific crime.
That's fucking stupid, because there's kids out there that hack the government and they're in jail for like 30 years. They're younger than this. It's fucking stupid. The law needs to be fucking rewritten. Parents shot over Halo 3. Fuck. I love Halo 3. Don't get me wrong. Halo is actually, I was actually going to mention this earlier when I was talking. Halo is actually one of those games that I can just play for fucking hours and hours and years on end. I would never get bored of it. I love Halo. I wouldn't go to shoot my fucking parents.
In Ohio, a 17-year-old obsessed with Halo 3 was found guilty of murdering his
Halo?
mother.
It's Halo, dude. It's not Holo, you fucking idiot.
And injuring his father after they took away his computer game. The teenager, Daniel Petrick, was so angry with his parents that he used his father's keys to open the safe cabinet where the game was kept, along with a Taurus 9mm handgun. He went into a room where his parents were and said, "Would you close your eyes? I have a surprise for you." He then shot them both. His father, Mark Petrick, survived, but his mother, Susan Petrick, died of her wounds. At the trial, he tried to claim that he'd been playing the game for so long.
Why wouldn't he just kill his dad if he survived? Like, what the fuck?
But he did not comprehend that death was real, and that they would just get another life, as in the video game. The prosecution disagreed and said he had shown no remorse, and tried to set up the scene to make it look like a murder-suicide by placing the gun in his father's hands. He was tried for murder, but due to his age could not be sentenced to death, but instead sentenced to life in prison for a minimum of 23 years.
What's the whole point of the minimum 23 thing?
The Grand Theft Auto series of games is one of the most...
You're there for life. Like, is that because, like, when he gets actual prison, like, they could deduct a bunch of years off? Like, I don't understand that.
Successful game franchises in the world, with over 220 million units sold, but it's also one of the most violent, and it's been called a cop-killing murder training simulator by some. On the 7th of June 2003, 17-year-old Devlin Moore was brought into a police station in Fayette, Alabama on suspicion of stealing a car. Whilst he was awaiting to be booked in, he grabbed a gun from one of the officers and shot him, and 2 others before escaping in a police cruiser. All 3 officers died at the scene. After his capture, he's reported to have told the police,
"What kind of fucking mugshot is that? Nigga deserves to get his ass stabbed in jail."
"Life is like a video game. Everybody's got to die sometime." In court, Moore's attorneys
Nigga,
claimed that it was the violent nature of the
fucking murder
game
your
that
ass
Moore had
in
been
jail.
playing day and night for months that had caused him to commit the murders, by effectively reprogramming the young man's brain to make him act just like the murderous characters in the game. On the 9th of October 2005, Moore was found guilty on 3 counts of murder and sentenced to death. In August 2005, in South Korea, where gaming is treated like a sport,
Right.
28-year-old Lee Seong-sop died after playing StarCraft in an internet cafe for almost 50 hours non-stop. The police said that Lee had not slept properly and eaten very little during the marathon session, though he regularly played for up to 18 hours at a time. Multiplayer gaming in South Korea is hugely popular, with over 50% of the population playing online regularly. Top gamers are treated like sports stars and can earn large sums of money each year through sponsorship. During his gaming session, the man who had previously been fired from his job and lost his girlfriend due to his addiction to gaming paused only to go to the toilet and for short periods of sleep.
Those, I kind of have to, like, comment on that. Where I've seen videos where, like, relationships are actually destroyed because of gaming. It's like, I literally just, like, God, it fucking just, like, I'm going to use my old friend Maya as an example again, because that was kind of a reason why she broke up with her boyfriend to be with me, is because literally we were, she showed me messages of it. He'd be like, "Oh, I'm gonna, like, be back." He's like, "Oh, I'm leaving. I'm not gonna talk to you anymore because I'm gonna go play this video game." It's like, I gotta go kill these bitches on Minecraft or something stupid like that. It's like, really? You have this beautiful girlfriend and you're gonna ditch her for this fucking video game? And I was the exact opposite. Literally one day, she was talking to me, and I was playing a football game. This is like one of those games I just sit there and, like, I, like, rarely, like, fucking talk to anybody. But I cared about her, and I literally forgot that I was playing the game. Like, I didn't even pause it. Like, I literally forgot that I was playing the game because I was so focused on talking to her that I literally just went downstairs. I believe I grabbed something to eat, grabbed something to drink, and sat on the couch. And ate my food, messaged Maya, and then drank myself. It was like 3 hours later, James goes upstairs. He's like, "Blake, you left your game on." And I'm like, by now I'm talking on the phone with Maya. And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Yeah, you left your game on." And I'm like, "No, I didn't. No, I just came downstairs." Like, "What?" He's like, "Your game's on and it's still playing. Like, you're like 4th and 80, or like 4th and something. I don't know what it was. I think it was like 1st and 80 or something, because I was on a first down, but I kept getting penalties because I didn't pause the game, so I kept getting penalties or flags. I was like, "Whoa," talking to Maya, "So can you turn the game off?" He's like, "I guess. You want me to save it?" I was like, "No, it's all good. I'll finish it." I think that was actually the last time I ever played that game in a very long time. So it's just like, why would you ditch your girlfriend for video games? Why? Like, ditch a beautiful girl, like a realistic girl that you can hang out with and like hug, for something that you're never gonna be, or for some stupid fucking video games. Like, that's what I didn't process, because we were even at the playground before Maya broke up with this other kid, and fucking this kid's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go home and play video games." And Maya honestly like looked at me, she's like, "What?" And he like gave her a hug and then left. I was like, "Did he seriously just ditch you for video games?" She's like, "I don't fucking like that kid anymore." And literally, I helped her break up with him because he was a piece of shit, and that's exactly why she broke up with him, was because he kept playing video games. It's like, video games is way more important than she was. It's like, I don't understand what people's problems are with video games and stuff. Like, why? Like, why? I would fucking, if my girlfriend wanted me to burn my fucking computer, I would fucking do it. Like, I would definitely choose a human being over a fucking piece of metal and plastic. Like, what the fuck? People are so fucked up these days. But I'm getting extremely off topic, kind of, but I kind of want the other video to upload too. So yeah, that's my story on how me and Maya really started today, and why she really dated me, because I cared about her a bunch. So that's way off topic, but here we go.
Collapsed and was taken to hospital, but died shortly afterwards. The cause of death was believed to be heart failure due to exhaustion and dehydration.
Oh fuck! I've never heard of a person dying because of a Wii. Only Xboxes and PlayStations and well, not even a PlayStation, Xbox and computers. So mostly Microsoft.
In January 2007, mother of 3 Jennifer Strange entered a local radio contest to win a Nintendo Wii games console. The contest was called "Hold Your Wii for a Wii." The winner would be the person who could drink the most amount of water without going to the toilet. 20 people entered the contest, but for Jennifer it would have fatal consequences. During the contest, one of the DJs remarked on air that she'd drunk so much water it looked like she was pregnant. However, before she pulled out of the contest, she complained of a stomachache and headache. After the competition, she was sick before going home. She was found dead later that afternoon. At the inquest, she was found to have died from acute water intoxication, a condition where the body's normal balance of electrolytes is affected by a rapid intake of water. The results can make the brain swell, so it can no longer control the breathing, and the person suffocates. A jury decided that the radio station operator was liable for Jennifer's death due to neglect, and after warnings from a show host and listeners calling in that it could be dangerous. The station fired 10 of its employees, and Jennifer's family was awarded $16.5 million in damages.
They deserve it. That's another thing with like sports and stuff, and like I've been through like a lot of medical training, and then like over the years of like medical training and stuff, like my dad had to do, like I've learned from small bits of that, and it's just like, don't drink a lot of water. If you're gonna drink a Gatorade, don't drink Gatorade straight. It's not good for you. I drink some Powerade straight. That's just because I'm sitting here doing fucking nothing. But if you're doing sports and stuff, don't drink Gatorade straight. It's actually not healthy for you at all. It's not one bit. There's a lot of salt in it. It doesn't hydrate you. There's too much salt in it. You want to do 50-50. 50 water, 50 Gatorade. 50% water, 50% Gatorade. Or crap, what was it? It was 3 bottles of water, 3 1. For every 3 bottles of water you drink, you want to drink 1 Gatorade, or just half and half. It's, some people don't like the taste and they put a little bit more Gatorade. No, you want to do half and half, if not more water. It's better. You're still getting the sugar from the Gatorade, which you don't need. You're still getting the electrolytes from the Gatorade, and you're still getting the sodium and stuff, but it's more balanced out. It's more spread out. That way you're not drinking fucking all the freaking Gatorade at once. This is, I don't know if this is like off topic or not, but I'm just like medic training right here, people. Come on. Giving you guys some good knowledge, like some really fucking good knowledge. People in a recent study that they found out this 1550 was because a kid actually drank too much Gatorade. He didn't have enough water in him. It was just almost nothing but sodium and stuff. And he ended up just dying because he had so much sodium and so much sugar and shit in his body he didn't need. So you want to balance that out. So if any younger people are watching my channel and you do sports, balance that stuff out. Trust me, you want to. First off, Gatorade doesn't taste good straight. It fucking, like, for me, it dries my mouth out because, again, it's almost nothing but salt. You want to balance that shit out. For me, it actually tastes pretty good just because I know it's better for me. But you got to balance that shit out. You can't be just drinking a straight Gatorade doing games and stuff. So that's just a good health tip. Again, even if you do drink a straight Gatorade, you want to drink at least 3 things of water. Doesn't matter how big it is. An average water bottle, an average small water bottle, 3 of those. So if you have a giant water bottle, measure out 3 of those in that. When you drink that much of that water, then drink some Gatorade. I wouldn't drink a whole thing of Gatorade, maybe like half a Gatorade, and then 3 more waters, and then half a Gatorade. That's just because I just see that as a safety issue. Just Gatorade's fucking gross. But I hope you guys learned something from that. I'm not stupid. I'm definitely not pulling that out of my ass again. I went through a whole years of firefighting / medic training. I just went to college for a year for medic training. I've been through several other medical stuff. I have my CPR card. I know a lot of medical training. I'm like up there, but I'm like good enough to where I know what I'm talking about. So I hope you guys learned something from that, and please acknowledge that as well. And pass that information on to people, because that can actually save lives.
A Florida mother pleaded guilty to the death of a 3-month-old baby boy after he would not stop crying.
I watch a YouTuber that looks just like her. Her name's Jenny Pex. It looks just like her. What the fuck?
When she was playing a game on Facebook. 22-year-old Alexandra Tobias.
Oh, now she doesn't. Now she ugly.
On January 2010, she was playing Farmville and had become so enraged with her baby boy that would not stop crying. She picked him up and shook him. She then had a cigarette, picked him up and shook him again.
What the fuck?
Point, he may have hit his head during the shaking. Because she pleaded guilty, there was no trial, and on February 1st, 2011, she was sentenced.
I actually heard about this one.
To 50 years in prison.
Good. Fuck that bitch. Get the fuck the hell.
A Chinese man was stabbed to death by a fellow gamer over a...
What? Or virtual sword? Oh, is this the South Park one?
A Chinese man was stabbed to death
or
by
is this
a fellow
World of
gamer
Warcraft?
Over a virtual sword that only existed in the game Legend of Mir 3. Chiao Chengwei and a friend jointly won their sword and then lent it to Zhao Qiaowan, who then sold it for 7,200 yuan, or approximately $870 on eBay. Chiao went to the police to report the so-called theft, but as there is no law in China about stealing virtual objects, the police didn't do anything about it.
What the fuck?
41-year-old Chiao took matters into his own hands and broke into Zhu's house to confront him, but Zhu could not convince Chiao that he would pay the money. Chiao stabbed Zhu repeatedly in the chest with a very real knife. Chiao handed himself into the police later that day, and in court he received the death sentence commuted to life in prison if he behaves himself, which could be as short as 15 years. Thanks for watching.
See, I don't understand that why people are like, oh, if you're good, you get so many years taken off. It's like, you fucking killed somebody. Like, it should be for people like I'm not on weed, but honestly, smoking weed, you fucking shouldn't be in jail for that. Really? They're literally people minding their own fucking business, just doing their own thing. Like, leave them the fuck alone. Seriously. I understand, like, yeah, if you're driving, okay, you shouldn't go to jail for it. Well, go to jail for like a night or so till you get sober and then send them home. Don't put them in jail for 20 fucking years. It's like, oh no, it's stupid bullshit, but I don't know. This jail stuff is just, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't have a lot of knowledge on it, but I think a lot of just jail stuff's stupid. So, hope you guys liked the video, and everyone have a great night.